Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome again to my video class. How are you all? Dear students, in my previous video, I discussed about different types of essays. Today, I would like to discuss two types of essays that are totally different from others. Dear students, you have to know these two types of essays very clearly because in your final exam, question based on these two types will be given. So dear students, I would like to start with essay, and you have to keep it in mind that in all your writing, you have to use the lecture. You have to apply the lecture because there are two types of essays. All the essays can be categorized in these two types of essays. Look at the board that there is two types of essays: subjective, objective. In my previous class, I showed you the different types of essays, and those essays are taken into consideration according to these two type of essays. So dear students, firstly I would like to start with subjective essay. Subjective, you know, subjective, there is a personal touch. Subject, the subject, who is the subject? Who writes the essay? He is the subject. So dear students, subjective essay has some criteria. Subjective essay have to be personal. First of all, it is personal. There will be personal perspective, opinion. Personal perspective, opinion. So we can define subjective essay in this way that the essay which contains personal perspective and opinion is mainly a subjective essay. So dear student, you can catch the point that in subjective essay there will be the opinion of the subject or the writer. The reader will understand that this is the opinion of the writer who wrote the essay. So dear student, no details investigation. Details investigation, it is not analytical. You have to keep in mind that a subjective essay is not analytical. It is there is no deep investigation. There will be no deep investigation. It will be based on personal experience, and a person mainly describes something, and here his personal experience, personal feeling. And if you tell of the point of emotion, yes, there may have emotion, but it is mainly personal. And you see that no details investigation there, this will not be investigative, or there will be no investigative tone, and the writer will not search deep investigation here. So dear students, look, maybe editorial, you have already known about editorial page. If you read the newspaper, you will see that there is a page that is editorial, and every day or sometimes a writer or a columnist writes something on this page. You see, this page is editorial page, and here the editor or the writer try to write an essay which is the which is the reflection of personal thinking, personal analysis, personal ideas. And this page of newspaper is editorial page. So that's why I have written here, if a subjective essay may be editorial, it may be editorial, and it is to convince the reader. To convince, editorial page is actually published to convince the reader, and here the essays of the writer is published, and this is mainly a subjective essay. So dear students, keep these points into mind while writing the definition of an subjective essay. In your previous exam, the question what is subjective essay was given. That's why it is important for you to be prepared on this topic. So dear students, now come the point of objective essays. Objective essays. You know, objective, it is not partial, it is not subjective. While you work with the point of objective, you have to take in mind that it is different from subjective essay. Objective essay is impartial treatment. In objective essay there will be impartial treatment. It will be impartial. There will be no personal reflection, personal feeling, personal emotion. A writer will write the essay actually taking his emotions, personal feelings away. And if we apply this personal feeling or emotion in an essay, then it will not be an objective essay. So dear students, objective writing, objective essay is mainly objective writing. There will be no actually personal attitude, personal emotion, personal likings, dislikings. A writer always tries his best to make the essay with objective language. That's why I have written here passive or objective language. There will be it is done, it was done, it will be done, it can be done, this it should be done. This type of sentence, this type of sense, or that means passive sense. Passive sense is used to write an objective essay. And out of emotion, the objective essay which is written by a writer, it will be the area of emotion, it will be out of the area of the emotion. That's why it is objective. And the writer's partiality is not seen here. The language of passive structure, the language of passive structure is mainly used in an objective essay. An objective essay is mainly analytical, and it is to show a reader a thing actually objectively. The writer never tries to show his personal evaluation in an objective essay. It is out of personal touch. So dear student, if you actually write something, write an essay according to your experience or your feeling or your ideas, it will be a subjective essay. And while writing about some impartial issues, your essay will be objective. That's why every time in your writing, as you are the students of English literature, you have to know about the types of essays very nicely, because every writing, if we categorize all the writings in our literature or any other section, the writing can be divided into two groups. One is subjective, another is objective. Now if you know about the criteria of subjective essay, you will be able to grasp the actual idea, grasp the gist of the essay. And if you know the criteria of objective essay, you will be able to know the writing that's mean you know about the actually real sense of objective essay. So dear students, I would like to actually finish here today. You have to listen to and you have to write or read about the essay, two types of essay from your text. If you have any question, you can throw your comment in the comment box or phone me. I am always available for you. And dear students, try your level best to prepare yourself from now. Though your class is closed, our online class will be continued. So be connected with us. Stay well, stay safe. Thank you very much.